Hey, what's up everybody? Today we have another video, and today is actually a video I was actually talking to a friend of mine about, and he was actually very interested in Pokemon that I end up feeling is really reliable. Pokemon, my go-to Pokemon that I really like since I did the Greninja video. So I decided I would make another one today. Now, if you guys end up enjoying this video, go ahead and drop a like. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and drop a sub in the sub bots. But without further ado, this, as you can see on the screen, I have Donphan actually up here. And this is actually a Pokemon that my friend, actually, one of my other friends, not the same friend, actually was like, why are you bringing this Pokemon into OU? Because it is a UU Pokemon. Well, just because a Pokemon's in UU doesn't mean it can't be in OU, damn it. But I really like Donphan. He's actually one of my favorite pokes. He's one of my favorite. I think he was Gen 2. Yeah, Gen 2. He's one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. When I was a kid growing up, he was my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. But he's definitely one of my favorite second gen Pokemon. Uh, Now, what you can run with him, real quick, is we'll go through his abilities. He has his regular ability and his hidden ability. His hidden ability would be Sandville. Sandstorm is active. Pokemon Evasion is 1.25, which isn't terrible. It could be so much more worse. But personally, myself, uh, there's not many times where I actually pick up Sandville. I guess if you're running a Sandstorm team, it's really good, but other than that, I don't find myself using it, and I don't see a lot of people using it. So what I usually run is Sturdy. This Pokemon is at full HP. It lives one hit with at least 1 HP. Oh, co-hit moves fail on it, which you won't run into that in competitive most of the time. Next is choice of items. There's actually a good variety that you can go. You can go Life Orb if you want to be a offensive Donphan. And you could actually go for a what I tend to do on my bulky set that I like to run is run leftovers, which isn't terrible. I mean, he is very bulky, so he is going to be able to live some hits. I'm just going to go ahead and go over my set that I normally run. So for moves, he has a good variety of. Well, he doesn't have a huge variety of moves. He has some decent moves though. One of the big ones is Stealth Rocks. You can actually use his Sturdy as if it's a Focus Sash and just set up your rocks if you really want to. Another core move that he actually gets to learn is Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin is really good because it gets rid of those hazards that are killing your team. And honestly, it's really nice that I can make my Stealth Rocker my Hazard Cleaner Upper as well. Next move, we're actually going to get an offensive move in here. He actually learns Ice Shard, uh, which is huge because that's priority. It's not stab, but it does hurt for a lot. Now, the reason why actually, I'll get to the point I was about to make right there in a second here. And of course, the next one's going to be actually Earthquake. So with this one right here, what I highly recommend doing, you can go with a, you can go full offensive right here. And let's just put the remaining bit right there. And we can go to, I like to run an Adamant, be honest, not Bashful. Alright, so an adamant nature. The reason why, it just hits really hard. 372 physical attack does not joke. And he already has 276 defense without having to be invested whatsoever. So that is absolutely huge right there. So I'm a big fan of Donphan. And with this move right here, I honestly, if I have a Donphan on my team with this set, I can actually lead with it. The leftovers recovery is alright. There's so many different options that you can choose. Now, with Donphan, especially sets like this, he is, people do end up picking other Pokemon over Donphan. Pokemon that do get picked over Donphan is Mamoswine. Mamoswine, the OU monster. And a big reason for that is you can literally run everything on here except Rapid Spin. And Ice Shard becomes stab, so the Ice Shard does more Earthquake hurts, and you do have the bulkiness of thick fat, which makes Mamoswine automatically a whole lot more bulky. Uh, Personally, I'm always going to be a fan of Donphan over the Swine, but that's just me. Another set that you could technically run is I'm gonna just go out into some of the other sets that you can possibly run. Is a Life Orb set. I still prefer to keep sturdy with this if I did this, and you could honestly do the same exact set if you really want to, and do a good amount of damage. However, if you run into something that will OHKO you, you will die the second you try to do an offensive move. So, like, let's say you start off with your Donphan and he starts off with Greninja. You have two choices. You can either Stealth Rock on up, or you could actually, or you could Earthquake, kill the Greninja, but at the same time kill off your Donphan and not get your rocks up. So that is a big thing. If you do decide to run a Life Orb variant, I would probably suggest just taking away the Stealth Rocks right there. And let's see, what can we go with here? What can we go with here? You could go with, let's say, Knockoff. Knockoff is a really good move. Allows you to do a whole bunch. It makes it so switches are not going to be safe anymore. And let's say instead of rapid spin, let's get a little bit more power going here. He actually does get access to either superpower or seed bomb. It depends on what you're looking towards varying. Uh, I would say probably you could go with either or. It doesn't really matter. But I would still suggest sturdy, and I would suggest running the same spread that I have here. He's just going to hit really hard. Basically, he will be able to trap anything that's going to run into him. Another thing that you could run is you could run a choice band set with him and just make his damage even more powerful. Like I said, if somebody predicts you to go into Donphan and you have a choice band on it and they send out something like, let's say, Greninja in OU or something like that, you can actually proceed to take care of the threat by just dropping an Earthquake, a Knockoff, Seed Bomb, Ice Shard, whatever you prefer. You're actually going to be able to do a whole lot, and you don't have to worry about OHKOing yourself. You could also run Choice Scarf, but I do not believe Choice Scarf will benefit Donphan really all too much. Another setup you could do is you could run Assault Vest, to be honest with you. Uh, he does have halfway decent. His Sped F's 157, which isn't actually terrible. There are Pokemon that have worse Sped F than him. So you could actually run an Assault Vest set and basically have all this stuff locked in and still have that variety that Donphan can give you. Uh, those are some of the big ones right there. Other than that, I mean, honestly, there's not too much else I would do with it, to be completely honest. Uh, you could run Assault Vest. If you did run Assault Vest, I would suggest making him have Rapid Spin, so you could get rid of Seed Bomb or Knockoff and just put on Rapid Spin. But those would be some of my suggestions if you're looking towards getting Donphan. Also, if you have superpower, of course. Really, like I said, it depends on what you're going to decide on. If somebody decides, because I've had a couple games where I brought Donphan into my OU matches, and somebody leads off with their Greninja predicting the Donphan, and they go for the Ice Beam. If you pack superpower or earthquake or anything, Greninja's too frail. He isn't going to take that. So you can definitely do some massive amount of work. But yeah, that's the big thing right there. You could run citrus if you really wanted to. I don't think that's very profitable right there. I think uh, you could run an expert belt if you honestly want to, since he does have a huge variety in moves. Uh, it definitely isn't terrible. Especially moves like, since he does get Seed Bomb, Ice Shard, Knockoff, stuff like that, it would make him a lot more powerful. Uh, so, I mean, those are the big things right there. Uh, and you guys, in the comment section down there, go ahead and let me know what your Donphan set is, and if there's any of you Pokemon that you guys would like to see, well, I guess you guys can't really see what my favorite ones are. For one last time, I'm going to put up my set real quick. we're gonna get that back on screen. Set that I tend to run on my Donphan just because he is bulky as who knows what, and he's a good switch in. He's got good attack, and he does have a very good move set. So this is my Donphan, aka I am not don't die. I am a fan. So there's I am a fan, the Donphan for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be sure to. I might try and make this a weekly thing where I go over some of the Pokemon out there that I really end up enjoying and that I end up using quite often since I have done Greninja. So who knows, who knows. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been Birdman here. Peace. I am out of here.